Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Thursday, May 2nd, 2019, and I am in the battery room. I just kind of wanted to show you. We've pulled in 1.2 kilowatt hours on this system on that side, and we have pulled in 2.2 on this side. So right now we are at 3.4 kilowatt hours on the day, and it is pushing 6 o'clock at night. Now, you may say, well, that's not really good. And it's better than I would have actually thought that we would have done today, because it was raining like you would not believe this morning. I mean, just pouring down rain. So the fact that, like, let me turn this around so you can see, like right now it is freaking beautiful. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous out here now. We are in the low 60s, so it actually ended up being a really, really nice day. Here comes Miss Molly. It's a baby girl. Yeah. So it's in the low 60s, but just it ended up being beautiful. But like I said, this morning, I mean, I'm telling you, it was coming down like you would not believe. So just very strange weather, of course, but that's to be expected. So I wanted to talk today. I want to talk about a topic that a lot of people talk about. So I kind of wanted to bring it up, get your feedback on it, get what you guys think. I'm going to talk about the New World Order, what the plan is, why they want to do what they want to do, why do they want to have one world government, and all those type of things, okay? The simple fact is, what it comes down to, guys, I'm just going to give you my opinion, okay? The simple fact is that it's about control. They want total and complete control. You look at the laws that in any country that are going on now, they become more and more restrictive all the time. So they're actually, believe it or not, they're already implementing the New World Order as we speak. Okay, so eventually, I mean, you look at with Europe, okay, they ended up going to the euro. So all the countries were using the same, denomination, and that's had its own set of issues and stuff like that. But it's the start of stuff, and then each of these countries, they're continuously implementing laws to have more and more control over people. It's like, and I'm gonna use gun control for a second on that. If you look with the UK and you look at Australia, and when I talk about that, a lot of people that are in the UK and Australia will say, well, no, we can have guns. Yeah, you can have guns as long as you have permission to have guns. You can have guns as long as you follow their stringent regulations on what you have to do to get a gun, and then how to keep it and how to store it. I mean, to me, that is completely ridiculous, because I am an American and we have the freedom here in the United States. Here comes Mr. Gelko. What's up, baby boy? He's a good boy. We have the freedom here in the United States where, depending on where we are, of course, if you look at different places in the country where they have some of the strictest gun laws in the United States, you have the highest murder rates. So that's amazing how that kind of works out too. But that's just one example. It's just more and more complete control over every aspect of your life, telling you what you can do, what you cannot do. And like I said, they want obedient workers that are going to be just smart enough to run the machines, but not smart enough to ask questions, to question what is going on, and what is, why things are being done the way they are, and those type of things. They don't want people to be self-sufficient. So you look at, in the United States, we're going to use it, because obviously I'm in the United States, so we're going to use the United States as an example. Look at the tiny house movement. So that took off and blew up, and a lot of people were downsizing, going to smaller homes, because it was more cost effective. It was cheaper to do. Their taxes were not as high, and it gave them a freedom. Okay, it gave them more spendable income and stuff like that. Well, a lot of the places around the country have really cracked down on that, and they have codes that you can't have a house unless it's a certain dimension and all those type of things. So they've really cracked down on that because they don't want people to do that. They lose control. They don't want people to be off-grid. They don't want people to have their own solar systems. Like in Florida is a great example, which is probably the #1 spot that, like, everybody should have solar and be having their own independent systems. But the power companies, because their hands are in the politicians' pockets, or I should say the politicians' hands are in their pockets. It's kind of, but they do what they're told, the politicians do. So they've made all these laws that have restricted the use that people cannot be off-grid down in Florida. They have to, if they have a solar system, they have to be grid tied. So, I mean, that is completely unfair because the amount of power that can be created down in a state like Florida in an off-grid system is tremendous because they have so much sunshine down there. I mean, it's amazing, you know, the amount of sunshine that a place like Florida gets. So it's a perfect place if you want to be off-grid to have your own solar system and create your own power and stuff like that. But they are really restricted what you can do and what you cannot do. So if you look at what happens on a daily basis in this country and new laws coming in all the time and trying to, you know, again, more control, more power over you, taking away more and more of your rights. The Patriot Act is a great example of that. That was actually not, and this is what I find interesting, okay? And everybody has their own theory on the whole 9/11 thing, but this is what I find interesting. The Patriot Act was written before 9/11, and after 9/11, it was implemented and put in and passed. Man, no problem at all. People didn't even question it because they were snowballed and BS'd into thinking this was for our safety. So when you take away your freedoms in the guise of safety, you have neither, okay? So again, it's one of those things that it's a whole big game, and I think a lot of people are beginning to wake up and realize what the game is, and they don't want to play anymore. And again, so what they do, they continue to enact laws to restrict people on what you can do and what you cannot do. It's just like with same thing with YouTube, okay? Let's talk about that for a second. If you bring up certain subjects, they're going to squash you. That is absolutely 100% fact. You could be rolling along great. You do an anti-pharmaceutical video or something questioning that type of thing, you are going to be censored. It's just a fact. There's a lot of that going on. They don't want people to have independent thought. They want people to be distracted. They want people to continue to have the blinders on and not pay attention to what's really going on in the world. And it's a really, truly sad thing, to be honest with you, because I encourage people all the time, do your research, find out for yourselves, look up the information. If the information is out there, if you're searching for it. Now, there's also a lot of disinformation out there as well. So you have to really kind of weed through everything and come to your own conclusions. And that's an important thing. It's free thought. It's independent thinking, which we should all be doing, okay? So, you know, again, it's like there's an agenda going on that is continuing to go on. Again, they want to bring the world population down because there's way too many of us. So I think that, honestly, that there will be something coming up that is going to be really decimating to the population because there are too many people. So they need probably half of the people or more on this planet to be gone. You know, that would be, you know, give the time for the earth to refresh and to heal and stuff like that. You know, modern technology is a double-edged sword. It's great in one way and it's detrimental in other ways. So, you know, you just have to look at things, you know, like that. I'm just watching the cats playing here. That's the mama, Molly, and that's Gelko. That's her son, one of her sons. So, and then of course we got Mr. Buddy over here chilling out on the logs. I will be getting to these logs soon as well and working on those and getting those split up. I have a splitter, which is under here. Everybody's asking me, I had a lot of people saying, oh, you need to get a splitter. And because I was splitting some stuff over by the other building by hand. But all of this type of stuff here, guys, this is all going to be done with my splitter that's under here. So I will be getting to that at some point really, really soon. I definitely want to hear your guys' feedback on this topic. I really want to hear what you have to say. Also, I just want to remind everybody, tomorrow is the last day of the sale that we're having on the website, preppernurse1.com. Legacy is doing a sale that obviously it ends tomorrow. It's going to be midnight West Coast time. That's when the sale will end. So it'll be 3 a.m. East Coast time. Okay, so basically it goes into the 4th for the East Coast. But it is 25% off all the bucket meals that they have. And Legacy is doing that part of it. What we decided to do on my website, and when I say we, I mean me and Mike, we're talking about it. We decided to do a 20% off sale on everything else. All the rest of the Legacy foods and also off the merchandise as well. So a coffee cup or a t-shirt, if you're interested in either one of those. We have 5 different choices of coffee cups now, which gives you more options, which is kind of cool. And we have 3 different choices as far as t-shirts. So if you are interested and you want to save 20% off on that, or if you want to get the bucket meal, 25% off is a great deal on the bucket meals. So take advantage of that while you can, guys. That is at my website, preppernurse1.com. I also wanted to, just say I definitely want to hear your feedback on the topic of this video. What do you guys think of the whole New World Order? Has it already been implemented? I think that it's well on its way to being implemented and continues to be. And eventually, the ultimate goal is total control. And like they said, one government that controls everything. And that's what they're working towards. And I really, truly believe that that will happen at some point down the road, be it brought on by war or something like that. They have to have something happen that is going to cause a lot of devastation, which is going to have to cause people to want to work together, okay? So if you can have something like that that's going to affect the world, that would be the way to do it, okay? So just keep an eye out, watch for things. I mean, keep paying attention. That's important, all right? Well, anyway, guys, remember, we are all in this together. That is really important to remember. From all over the world, we're brothers and sisters. We really, truly are. We're all part of one single race, and that's called the human race. So we need to be focused on trying to work together. Remember also, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen. That is important, too, because I'll tell you what, it's like, you have one set of people that you care about, or you should. And, to tell them every day how you feel is so, so important. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from getting there is yourself. That's it. Nobody else can stop you, okay? I hope everybody has a great day. Stay safe, stay happy. The week is almost over already, guys. Going by fast. I will see you all tomorrow on the live stream, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Hang in there, guys. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now. What are you doing, buddy?